Yo, 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 what is going on, guys? It's your boy Andy. I'm back at you guys with another video. I'm about to go over what I had 2 days ago. I'm recording this video on October 24th. So 2 days ago, I had my best day yet. First five-figure day, made 10 grand. You kind of see right here on ticker GBHL. So it's kind of a sympathy play. And it's basically a sympathy play based off of the stock DWAC, which is the stock that Donald Trump decided to partner with. And a sympathy play is just basically whenever there's a hot play, like a very very hot parabolic play, sometimes that can spill over to other plays that are other stocks that are like similar or in the same sector or might have similar style news or catalysts or something like that. So I'm gonna kind of get into the chart. And just kind of let you guys know what was my thought process throughout this. All right, cool. So you had this company, DWAC, which is a DWAC is a SPAC, which is a special acquisition company, and what that basically means is that for companies that are not for special acquisition companies, investors will invest in the company before they go public and basically at about a par value of $10 per share. So they're valuing the company at $10 per share before they even do what they're supposed to be doing. So the whole purpose of the SPAC or the special acquisition company is to go out and find another company to acquire and then bring them onto the SPAC, so that smaller company now has more access to capital and more access to investors and stuff like that, and to use that to get more business and get things booming and fund operations and things like that. So when they do this, they have a set date where they have to have acquired another company by. So what happened with DWAC, you can kind of see right here. What happened is that Trump has a social media company. He has a social media company coming out soon, and it's called Truth Social. So basically, with Truth Social, what's going to be happening is that it's a whole social media platform for uncensored media. For people who know, like Twitter, Twitter had silenced or censored or banned Donald Trump off of Twitter. Facebook, Instagram did like the same thing. You kind of notice when you're on these social media sites, like even Instagram and Twitter, things like that, like things are very censored when you talk about COVID and stuff like that or whatever. They're trying to basically, put like a lot of filters and a lot of monitoring on what people can and can't say on the platforms. So the whole idea of Donald Trump's social media company is that it's a social media company that can't be canceled, can't be censored. Like you can go in there and say what you want, have free speech, things like that. So anyway, they came out on this day on October 21st, and DWAC said that they were going to be doing a reverse merger with Donald Trump's social media company. So basically that smaller company, Donald Trump's social media company called Truth, is going to be now going from being a privately held company to now being publicly traded on the stock market through DWAC. So when that happens, it kind of just sparked this huge day right here where the stock was able to go from, open at $12.73, and went as high as $52, a 320% increase on huge volume in just one day, and it went even higher than that after hours. But so why did the stock go up so much on that day? There's a lot of reasons. Like I just told you, the whole thing with the people getting tired of censored media. For one, people getting tired of that, and it kind of like creates a them versus us type of mentality. You can kind of see in this headline, it says, the SPAC backing Donald Trump has surged more than 800%, sparking more meme stock comparison. If you remember back in the day, stocks like AMC, GME, stocks who are pretty much fundamentally worthless were able to run, hundreds, thousands of percent because they kind of made it a thing. Us versus the short sellers, the retail investor versus the big hedge fund companies type of stuff. So now this is kind of like, a political agenda. Now it's like, you got people trying to run this stock up because it's like, big tech media versus, Donald Trump and the conservative side type of thing or whatever. So you have a bunch of people that are buying because of that, and then just people who are buying because they want to piggyback off the momentum and make some money. So, not to mention Donald Trump is probably the most famous person, on the face of the earth. So news that has his name in it is going to be able to quickly get some attention. Anyway, so the funny thing about this play is that while this stock went absolutely crazy from $12 on day one all the way up to $175, I had my best trading day, not on this stock, but on another stock that was a sympathy play. Basically, this stock, gbhl. So on the second day that the stock that the DWAC ran, gbhl had news, which is an OTC company. Anybody who watched my videos knows that OTC companies are pretty much my bread and butter type of setup. So gbhl came out and said, actually they didn't say anything. It was kind of like a rumor. And this is basically the gist of the rumor. With the news yesterday that Donald Trump is launching in his own social media company through a SPAC with merger DWAC, the next shoe to drop will be an announcement of a merger with Global Entertainment Holdings. GBHL is a media production distribution company that has been putting out pro-Trump agenda for years. Trump will need a cause-friendly company with the infrastructure to scale his venture, and GBHL was built for this and has been waiting. First comes the SPAC announcement to handle the regulatory side of things, and next, likely very soon, will come the merger announcement with GBHL. Cool. So, I'm seeing this thing start to gap up on my pre-market scanners. Everybody's talking about it pre-market. And immediately, some of the guys in my room are asking me, is this gonna, is it true? Is it not true? And the truth is, I don't know. And I honestly don't even really care, because sometimes perception can be reality. Sometimes the biggest runners, the biggest percent gainers, the biggest stock moves are just based off of pure speculation, pure rumors and stuff like that. So my thesis on it was that, even if this stock, even if it's true, even if it's not true, whatever, it can still be day tradable. It can still be able to make some money on it before the truth comes out or before rumors are proven to be not true. So what happened was this thing gapped up, GBHL. The thing started to gap up from, what is that, 0.004 all the way to 0.0064. So it gapped, 0.00, what is it? 0.0064. So it had a 60% gap up, which is pretty cool. And literally, I kind of showed that's the daily chart, but now I'm going to get into the 1 minute chart. And you can kind of see this thing started to move. Hold up. This thing started to move parabolically, out of the open. That first move right here was an 80% move. So from 0064, it got as high as, almost the 2 cent range. Huge volume, huge range. My only thing is that I didn't get enough size as I had wanted to on my initial move. So I'll kind of get into the executions of it. You can kind of see right here is the P&L from this day. I closed at $10,053.06, $99.60 after fees. A little bit of commissions on the trade. Cool. So, right here, you can kind of see that I bought right off the open. I mean, I probably waited like a couple seconds after the market opened and I bought this stock. Everybody was just so excited about it or whatever because, that the big stock, DWAC, there's now rumors that it's going to be bought by GBHL. And as this is happening, so keep in mind, OTCs, there's no pre-market trading. DWAC is a listed company, so it trades pre-market. And leading up to the open, this thing is just getting higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. And everybody is just still talking about DWAC. So now there's rumors out with GBHL. I'm pretty confident that this thing is going to have a nice move off the open, and it does. The problem is that, I wanted like a $20,000 position down here. And, because there were so many people buying and nobody was selling really, I was only able to fill like a $3,000 position. Only made $1,000 on this. Had I got my full size, I would have made close to $8,000 on this entry right here. It was whatever. I kind of scalped around in it at this little moment right here. This right here is the 1 minute chart, by the way. I kind of scalped around on it right here. And then what happened was, this is where it kind of gets interesting. After the first minute of the market open, this thing has a parabolic move and it immediately gets halted. It gets halted on this candle right here, and then it opens up not until half an hour later. It doesn't open up half an hour later, but it opens up and it jumped up from 131 all the way to 175. That was the halt move. So when this is going on, I kind of took another. So before that even happened, I kind of drew a little line right here, kind of like some consolidation, some sideways action happening right here. What is that? All right, cool. So I kind of drew a little line right here, some consolidation. And as you can see, as soon as some volume started to come back in again, I took a buy off of that and was able to make a little bit of money. I had good size on this. So even that small move right here, these are my buys and this is my sell. Keep in mind, I sold way too early. It looked kind of weak for a second, but then it just zoomed all the way past me. I could have made 5 figures just on this trade alone if I would have sold somewhere in here. Not the end of the deal. I took a small position right here and sold right here. By this point, I'm up like $5,000 on the day. And then what happened was, after I saw that, the Donald Trump stock, DWAC unlisted, had, gapped up from 131 to 175 or whatever, that was right during this little bit of choppy action right here. So as soon as I saw that happen, I was like, and this is the importance of having multiple monitors and multiple screens up at the same time and stuff like that, so that, this way you can watch different stocks, different tickers at the same time or whatever. Because my thesis was, all right, well, if that stock is going to have a parabolic move, then this should have another move left in it as well, because it's probably going to follow what DWAC is doing. So I slammed it right here with about $30,000 worth of size. I wish I would have got more, but I got a nice move, and I was able to sell it right here at the top for a $5,000 gain. So after that, I was up $10,000 on the day, and I called it quits after that. So this first move on this partial fill, which I wish I would have got more size on, was able to make $1,000. On this move right here, I was able to make like $3,000, and then I made like $1,000 from this move right here, buying here, selling here. And then the majority of the money, or the other half of the money, I would say, comes from buying here right after the stock got unhalted and gapped up, and me just, having seen this before, having been familiar with these type of plays and stuff like that, I'm like, that if that stock had another move, this is probably going to follow suit. So I slammed it when I was rewarded with it. So it's one of those things where you kind of have to, think very quickly. You can't really be hesitant about it. As soon as I saw that, DWAC, after that halt, jumped up from, where is it? Let me pull up my clips. Jumped up from 131 right here, and it jumped up all the way right here. I had to slam GBHL without any hesitation. So, and like I said, this is the daily chart from the end of the day. it'd probably be easier to show you on the. So this is the intraday chart yesterday, and you can kind of see, even though it went up like 400% on the day from 0064 to 2 cents, it gave back all of its gains by the end of the day. So like I said, sometimes like regardless of whether the information is true or whether the information is not true, if the hype can bring about volume, then that's what I care about. I'm a day trader. I'm not a swing trader. I'm not an investor. So my job is to capitalize on the opportunity when it's there, not to, try to be a fundamental researcher and stuff like that. So just capitalize, get in, get my profits, and get out. And just be very quick about things. So, that's really all it is for that trade. The cool thing about this stuff is that, this is the first time in a while where you've had momentum from the listed market, from like NASDAQ or something like that, transfer into the OTC market. It's been almost a year since that's happened. For sector momentum to spill from listed to OTC. So that has me feeling pretty good going into the winter. The Q4 and Q1 are usually the best times for penny stock momentum and for low cap sector and stuff like that. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. And looking to have more days like this and even better days. But basically the key takeaways from this is that, when you have something that does such a ridiculous move, like DWAC in 2 days went from $12 to $175, 1,400% on huge volume, trading about $25 billion worth of volume this first day. Like when those type of crazy moves happen, the key is to look for other stocks and other plays that are going to try to piggyback off of that momentum. You kind of see it with like weed or something like that. If there's a huge weed run or a huge weed stock run or a huge Bitcoin stock run, sometimes like there'll be sympathy plays, which basically just means that, other companies that are in the same sector, in the same field, have similar catalysts or something like that. Those stocks are likely to be able to run as well. So that's a key thing. And you just got to be on top of that, have multiple monitors up, watching every single one of these tickers and stuff like that, so that, you can see, you want to be able to watch the main stock, which was DWAC, and also look at GWHL. So I have 4 monitors right now. So it's very easy for me to watch multiple things. So when you get some money going or whatever, you make some profits. It's very smart to what I would say is invest in yourself and be able to do that. Because if I don't have those multiple monitors, I probably miss out on, having a nice day here. So, I think that's pretty much it. You guys have any questions, just hit me in the comment section or something like that. And I think that's it. Yeah. So that's it. Cool.